Yeah, hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
So my name is Ankur Agarwal, and I'm mentoring and guiding the students for their management entrance examination and various other profile for various different tests in India as well as for the abroad.
This is Namita, and I've been associated with this company for quite some time. And I'm essentially a psychologist, right? But since I am into skill development and aptitude development, I have been working in this area for quite some time. So my approach has been to facilitate, enhance your, plus points and, how you can do better in whatever you do, right? So this is all about me. And when we go through the interview process, of course, I will be coming up with my questions and my suggestions also at the same time. So over to Mr. Jitender.
Yeah, hi Aryan, I'm Jitender I'm a teacher and associated with EduShastra for last 10 years. And I am a counselor and a mentor too.
Okay.
Okay, so hi Aryan, good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon, sir.
So Aryan, just introduce yourself to us.
Yes, sir. So I'm Aryan Sanklecha, currently pursuing civil engineering from MIT World Peace University, Pune, Maharashtra. I hail from Pali, Rajasthan, and I completed my senior secondary education from Bangalore, which makes me know about different languages, cultures, their lifestyle. Apart from this, I managed to get a 9 plus CGPA in my engineering. And I also believe that to succeed in life, one needs to advance his personality. And for that, I participate in different competitions. I volunteer for different events and all those things. I've been a member of a technical team in my college where I look at the finance and marketing aspects of the team. And I have also keen interest in sports, and I'm the current squash member of our team. And we have won various awards also.
Okay, question is, can you elaborate a different type of concretes?
Yes, sir. So there's one normal concrete, then there is self-healing concrete, then there is one self-compacting concrete. So these are some of the trending ones. Then there is sustainable concrete in which we change the cement ratio and try to add sustainable products.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the process of preparing the cement?
So, sir, first of all, we'll take the material of whatever, let's say if we are taking calcium oxide or calcium carbonate, and then we'll mix it with the water, how much is the water ratio we require. Then we put it in a kiln, and then we'll burn it to a certain temperature. After that, we'll put the mixture which you got in a molds, and then we'll keep it for some 24 hours depending on how much water or what materials we have taken. And then we'll do testing on it if like that is proper or not. Yeah.
Okay. So, Aryan, as the we mix the water with the cement, and after water is evaporated, so cement is settled down and become hard,
Yes.
right? So, can you name this property? What is this property known as?
Sir, curing.
So, can you define this?
So basically, what happens is to control the water content in the mixture, we do this process so that when the water, like to keep the water at the optimum level which we want through our calculations, so we do this process. We can do this process by either ponding, where we keep the molds in a pond or spray water on it. So there are some process for it, and like that we keep the water ratio stable.
Okay. No, basically, I just want to understand when the cement is there, right? So this is just a powder, right?
Yeah.
Kind of dust. Now, when I'm mixing it with the water, it becomes hard,
Yes.
right? So what is this process, and why the cement is becoming hard when it is mixed with water?
So like why it becomes hard is because uh, the water gets evaporated in it. As we burn it to a certain temperature, the water gets hard. The water gets evaporated, which makes the cement hard. And I guess that's it. And the term which we call it is I can't recall that term. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you were there a part of the ECAT team, right?
Yes.
Now, So being a civil engineer, now how like you are managing the mechanics of the e-cart?
So I was looking at the non-technical aspects of the team.
Okay.
So handling the finances of the team, or
Okay.
marketing, or
Mm-hmm.
overall management, going to the
Mm-hmm.
events and
Mm-hmm.
on-site management and all those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Aryan, as you were talking about that you have handled the marketing for this organization, right? Now, see, if I talk about, say, different mobile phones,
Yes.
right? You have a mobile phone for Motorola, you have mobile phone for OnePlus and all these Huawei and all these, right?
Yes.
And we have mobile phone for like Apple and all these mobile phone, right? So when you're going into the market, now you're
Hmm.
talking about okay, you are handling a marketing. So when we are going into the market, we can see a lot advertisement for the mobile phone of Motorola, Samsung,
Yes.
OnePlus and everything. But there are very limited or almost no advertisement for Apple, but still the sale is very high, and Apple is now a 3 trillion company,
Yes.
right? So why is this so?
So in the initial stages, there were marketing from the Apple side also,
Mm-hmm.
but as of now, they have already established their name.
Mm-hmm.
So once they have established their name, like even 5 year old kid knows what an Apple mobile is and all this.
Mm-hmm.
So they have already established their name. So I mean, they feel that it's not required to invest
Mm-hmm.
a lot in marketing. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
there are advertisement, there are posters and banners, but they are in a limited amount. So
Okay.
so according to the need, they are doing their marketing.
Okay, so Aryan, if I like discuss with you with this your statement that even a 5-year-old kid knows okay, what is Apple, right? So I just moved to some different products, say maybe say burger or pizza, right? So even I can say that okay, not a 5-year-old, just like a 2 year or 3-year-old kid also know okay, McDonald's is there, pizza is there, right? Domino is there, but still you can see that okay, there is a very huge amount of advertisements for MACD, for pizza, for Domino, right? For all these things. And they are having a very good sale all across the India, all across the world, but still they are into a very heavy advertisements. So why is this change? Have you seen the advertisement for Bugatti,
Oh no, sir, it's not there.
Mercedes,
Yeah, no,
Mercedes?
no,
No,
they
but
don't do it.
still
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but why? See, they do not need, or what is there? Like, how they can penetrate the market? As you're saying that you were there in the marketing, so I suppose that you will be like designing a posters, you will be like meeting a person, like slogan, everything for your e-card for your team, right? But if I look around all these such products, right? So there is a no advertisement, but still there are some products which are on a high demand. They are having a very heavy advertisements. Got it?
Yes, sir. So as you were saying, like Bukati universities, they
Mm-hmm.
don't do their marketing, but
Mm-hmm.
what they do is they approach the customers. I mean, they approach the segment where they know their customers will be.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, there is F1 racing and all. So all
Mm-hmm.
these, big Mercedes is there, the Aston
Mm-hmm.
Martin is there. They do
Mm-hmm.
their heavy marketing in that side. They invest a lot in this because they know the
Mm-hmm.
customers who can buy those cars are
Mm-hmm.
there watching it. So I mean,
Okay.
and they know that I mean every company has a different strategy. So
Mm-hmm.
for starting, you told about burger, pizza, and all. What
Mm-hmm.
happened in their businesses? Every day they launch something new, or there is a different product, and
Mm-hmm.
there are different consumers. Sometimes someone sees
Mm-hmm.
it, or maybe someday you are eating something, but the next day you see an ad and then you feel like eating it. But in case
Mm-hmm.
of mobile phones or cars, we don't change it every day. I
Right.
mean, we
Mm-hmm.
got it and then we'll wait at least for 1 year, 2 year, and then we'll buy it again. So
Okay.
the amount of advertisement which is required depends
Mm-hmm.
on the product, their customers, and all these things.
Okay. So, Aryan, what type of books you do you read?
So I read fictional.
Okay. So, any recent book have you read?
Recently, I read, sir, there was a short stories of Jeffrey Archer. I mean, it has
Jeffrey.
a tale of Twist in Tale was the
Mm-hmm.
name. Yeah. So it
Okay.
had some 7, 8 short stories in it.
Okay. So, you have some information about the life of Jeffrey Archer.
yeah, he had a very interesting life. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he was there in politics also for some
Mm-hmm.
time, but then he got involved in some cases. For that, he had to go jail also for some time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there were ups and downs in his life.
Okay.
But his books, what I like about his books, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
uh, he builds he builds the story very interestingly. He'll
Okay.
add suspense when required.
Mm.
Then the way of writing, I like the way of writing. That's why.
Okay. Right. So thank you, Aaron. Thank you. This is from my side. So Namita ma'am, please continue.
Hi, Aryan. This is Namita again. Right.
Hello,
Uh,
ma'am.
yeah, you talked about self-healing concrete, right? And, like in the case of self-healing concrete, a certain bacteria are introduced into it, right? And what happens like when there are cracks in a wall or in a building, the bacteria is able to, fix that crack or
Yes,
something
ma'am.
like that,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And since you know that many of our cities are located on the fault lines, that is on some real seismic zones, right? There's something
Hmm.
similar to thing you might have heard of the earthquake in Gujarat sometimes back.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the relevance of this kind of concrete in India, and is there any is it getting utilized? Because I guess this is quite a possibility in India. Because
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like a very good initiative. I mean, it's still in the building stage. There are tests going on of how durable it will be, or how long it will take to heal something, or how much damage it can sustain.
okay,
So I mean, there are tests and all which are going on this. I have just read about this in short, so I can't say much in detail. But yeah, there it is in the developing stage.
okay.
So they're doing progress. They're testing it on different conditions, and I
So
think yes, it can be the future. I mean, it can replace our
right.
regular concrete. Yes.
Right, right. And this is one curiosity I had once I went through your resume, and there's one very peculiar thing I observed. Like, you are essentially a civil engineer, right? And then I seem to notice this deep interest in finance and marketing. So, is this by chance, or I mean, like you kind of thinking of going for a shift into that segment, or like you have always been doing it? What is it like? Because I see that you basically I mean, if I look at it, the more pronounced feature of your resume turns out to be your interest in finance and marketing. So how is it like? You're essentially a civil engineer, so how come I mean, you seem to have a tilt towards it. So how do you define it? Can you seem to show a tilt towards finance and marketing, right? but
Yes,
then
ma'am.
but then you have a degree in civil engineering, so how, like, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
What uh,
So, ma'am, I joined civil engineering after that. I had interest in buildings, how they are made, and all those things. So
uh-huh.
I had limited knowledge. I took science in 11th, and I didn't know much about the commerce sector, the finance, marketing. But then after joining engineering, I joined this club, EcoCard club, and then I
Okay.
used to work in this field, finance and marketing, and I got too much involved in it. So
Yeah.
after that, I also participated in different competitions. I used to, present business plans and all those things. So I got
Okay.
very much, involved in it, and I started liking it. And that's where I realized that I should pursue my career in the managerial field.
In finance and marketing. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I
In
mean,
finance.
particularly in finance, I'm more inclined towards finance. But
Okay.
yeah,
So
I like marketing also.
essentially in finance, right?
Yes.
So because I seem to notice this particular time, because when sir had a question on this e-card, like he asked about the mechanical aspect of, but then you said you were not involved with the technical aspect. You're again involved with the marketing and finance.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's the reason I was keen on this aspect. And like you've also done in terms of certain extracurricular activities, like you already have talked about that were you also won a silver medal in squash team or something like that.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said technical and non-technical, and then you also talk about your interpersonal skills, right? Because I don't think anybody is going to ask you a question on your like communication skills, because those are like fine. So can you give us and share us with us an instance of any when you had to show your interpersonal skills?
Ma'am, interpersonal as in some dilemma or something where I had to, stand up, or like
Anything.
how?
It could be. It could be. I mean, like it seemed to convey that you do have capability to do well in interpersonal terms. Like interpersonal skills can come into picture in the context of resolving a problem, resolving a dispute or something like that, right?
Yes.
Wherein you're able to pick the team together, right? You can take the team together, right? Yeah.
So, ma'am, there's like a very recent incident which happened. Our college has told us to, take us to an international study tour in the beginning of our first year. But then due to pandemic and all those things, they couldn't take us. So it used to happen after the third year. So they couldn't take us, and then our fees were also a little bit increased because of this. So, but then they were saying that no, we didn't say any such thing, and then we can't do anything right. So that's why I was in the lead, and I gathered some of my friends from college and some members of different departments. And then we went to the heads of a college. We talked to dean. We talked to the principal of our different schools, and then we tried to convince them. But then they also said nothing. We can't do anything and all. So this process took one and a half months. Like we were constantly pushing them from December, and then now I guess from 5 to 6 days before, like they sent us a schedule that yeah, they are taking us to a 7 day trip to Dubai. So that time I had shown like leadership skills also. I was in the lead. I was taking everyone together. I was motivating them. I tried convincing the teachers also. So yeah, that was one of the recent incidents which took place.
Okay. Like you also participated in a project which did its, designed its first electric vehicle for MIT WPO, right?
Yeah.
So just share a little bit about that also.
So basically, when I joined that team, we used to make go-karts, the engine one, IC engine one.
Okay.
But then in the second year, like we all decided that electric is the new technology. It is the future because everyone is switching to electric. Even Tesla was that time about to launch their vehicles. So that time we decided to switch to electric vehicles. So the technical team put their head together and they designed everything, and then we took it on. Like it was hard. The first event which we participated, we got like overall sixth rank. It was our first event participating in the EV. We faced some setbacks, but then as soon as we went to the next event, we got AI second. So we improved, and
okay.
So that's it.
So I think that's all from my side, and I will hand you over the mantle to Jitender sir.
Yeah, Aryan, being a civil engineer, which structure, which building you think is the most beautiful and the most durable? Which building you think in the history also, in right now also, like Burj Khalifa, or which thing you think is a marvel?
Sir, the Chenab Bridge, which has like it's not we can't say about the durability, but it's really marvelous. I mean, the building a bridge at such a height and condition is it's itself such a tough task, and they made it with the it took a lot of time. Which is built in Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir. So that I feel is very beautiful because they have made it such a you know difficult conditions. It took a lot of time also. The project started in I guess 2009 something, and then now they are planning to run it uh, continuously from the month of June or something. So that I feel is very beautiful architecture.
So Aryan, you're going for MBA.
Yes, sir.
What is your major reason you want to join an MBA college?
Sir, as I said to ma'am also, I have like keen interest in managerial aspect of of this any business world. I like finances. I like handling the finance of the team or of any company, of how things work, how their money, where their money is going, from where money is coming. I don't know much in depth. I'm a fresher in engineering. I've just had a little experience from the team, but I like that aspect, and that's why I want to try it and go ahead with it.
Okay, and what are your qualities that any college should take you in?
Sir, first of all, I think I have good soft skills. I can uh, I can try to convince people. I can communicate with the with different people. be it from from age, from small kids to adults to old age people. I can communicate with them. I have a friendly nature, and then apart from this, I'm good with numbers. I can calculate fast, I think. So yeah,
So calculating fast.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't ask now, but yeah, I think I'm good with it, and yes, I can learn quickly. I'm determined towards learning new things. That's why I participate in different competitions. Even I started learning about this cryptocurrency nowadays. It's very trending. Then stock markets also. I'm trying to learn what is it, how does it work. So yeah.
Okay, so these are your qualities. Fine. So Aryan, any instance you want to share where you used your uh, this quality of making friends and it was benefited to you or to others?
Yes, sir. So what happened? We as a team we went to Bhopal for our event, and we had to transport our cart from this from train. So we put it in the train from Pune, and it was to reach Bhopal the next day. And we were to reach Bhopal like after 4 5 hours. So what happened is our cart was not unloaded, and it went straight to Kanpur, and our event was next day. So we needed that cart that very day. So that's why then we asked someone in the team who has any contacts in Kanpur, but no one had any. So recently I had made like a friend in from one competition only. We participated in competition, and he was from Kanpur. I had his number, so I contacted him. He has some contacts in the railways, and then so things worked out. We got the card back. So that instance helped us a lot, and we did well in the competition.
Okay. So Aryan, um, is entrepreneur in your cards future? Entrepreneurship?
I mean, so cards is for leisure. I mean, I can't say if people will still run it more in the future or not. But
No, no, I'm
as of
saying, no, 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 you didn't get me the question. I said that will you be interested in entrepreneurship after some time?
oh, sir, as of now, like I don't have any plans of it. I mean, if I get some idea, I do get some ideas, but when I search it on net, it's already there. So right now, I'm focused in getting into the corporate world and managing their finances for it for the short term. So that's it for now. But yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to be a successful entrepreneur? So it will depend on where will I stand after some.
Which company or which startup you admire and you want to join?
Sir, I mean, there's this Dream 11 startup was there. It launched in 2008. So what happened is that time many of the Indian youth was into gambling and all those things. So what this startup did was um, it tried to divert them to a little ethical way of gambling, we can say, or where you can use your knowledge also, and then you can gain profit also. So and then after that, how they did their marketing also, like right now they are the sponsors, associate sponsors of IPL also. So they have come a long way from starting from a company where at that time no one would have thought that people will even download that app, because it's kind of a gambling, but they didn't do it like that. They changed their structure, and they tried to involve sport person also. And after looking at their success, I mean, there are more than 100 fantasy gaming softwares apps present now. So I really like, I mean, their marketing and their things what they did.
Any dream company you want to join after MBA? Any dream company?
uh, no, sir.
No. Okay, fine. So I think Namita ma'am should give the verdict now.
Yeah. I'm back, Aryan, right?
Hello.
And yeah, see, I would like to tell you about your plus points first, right? And you are pretty expressive. You're able to speak better, right? and you're able to like substantiate your answers with examples and some, like you say, sir, some good anecdotes, right? Interesting anecdotes like the one you shared about Jeffrey Archer, right? Now once I went through, like when I see your resume, there are a lot of key skills described in the resume, right? Wherein you also say like they've done market research also, right? You say like a lot of skills. So my suggestion is that a lot of because you say key skills in communication, finance, marketing. Once you say that it is your key skill, right, people are definitely going to pose questions for you regarding, because once you say it's your key skill, marketing or finance, right, so they might have some real good questions on that. No, and there are other things also, like, and so you got to be ready for that. And then
Uh,
yeah.
can I just, ma'am, actually that resume was for college placements.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's why I've put all those things in that. So
So huh.
in like the forms which I filled for like that also, XLR also. So
Okay.
I've mentioned like those skills for which I can answer properly, and I
Okay.
have written like that only, that I know basics of all those things. I did like
Okay.
basic courses on all those things.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So my curiosity is about
I
that only. Like you got to write only that which you can
yeah,
explain
I
in the
got your point.
interview,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Because once they have in-depth interviews on what these skills are, like they might always ask you to substantiate them, confirm
Yes,
them
ma'am.
through some examples. That, right? Like you talk about team building, teamwork, so you can definitely talk about the projects you went through and all that, right?
Hmm.
That's one. You I would say read a little on the economy, because see, once you have an interest in finance, there bound to be questions on economy. So just be
Yes, ma'am.
rest assured what, and some of the recent happenings that are happening, like the recent Ukraine issues,
Ukraine,
the
Russia.
Russia Ukraine standoff that you hear of, there might be a lot of question. And with your case, it's definitely going to be related to the economy, because it's UK Russian standoff has a lot to do with the world economy, and especially the European economy, right?
Hmm.
So you've got to be ready as to what could be the very core, because the very idea behind is that the more than half of gas supply to Europe happens through Russia,
Through
right?
Russia.
And that again through Ukraine. So those things are I always wanted to suggest you about. And try to because you're very descriptive in your approach. I would advise that you be a little less descriptive and more definitive. More definitive means you define that this is what I try to do. Because once I asked this question on interpersonal example of can you show me an instance of interpersonal skills that you had to show? So you said like we went to this place and this part. No, before you talk about it, you got to say that this was an opportunity wherein I had to show that I could easily connect with people, right? Convince them and all that, and then talk about what happened.
Okay.
So description should be less. What is the result out of that, and through that result, the qualities that you showcase, it is those qualities that the interviewers will be interested in listening through you, right? Because then you
Hmm.
can say this was an opportunity for me to show that I could connect easily with people, and then I could convince them. So this is how I went to different colleges and that met a lot of people, and I
Hmm.
had an opportunity to convince them, and they listened to me. They result bhi bataiye. You got to show
Okay.
what was
Yes,
the
ma'am. Got
okay,
it.
and I could convince them, and this is how this happened. This is how we could solve a problem. So if
Hmm.
if they ask you a question, therein you can show that there was indeed a problem. I was at the center of it, so I got an opportunity to solve it, and
Hmm.
I could solve it.
Yes.
So show it के this was the reason I met them. Reason क्या था? Description में मत जाइए किससे मिले किससे
Hmm.
नहीं मिले and all that.
Got it.
Just what is the core idea out of it? Try to talk about the core idea,
Yes,
right?
got it.
So this was one thing, and yes, because my questions are mostly out of the resume that I saw you, the CV that you saw you, that you sent to sir, and through sir I got it. So I went through that because that was a little less defined. So that's the reason I wanted this to be, because that is how it gives a very confusing picture of yours, like whether you are more a civil engineer or moving towards although you deny right that you don't want to be you don't have any entrepreneurship idea, but if I look at your CV, it's very, very crystal clear that you want to be one. You know why? Because you said you're very interested in fundraising. These are the core skills of an entrepreneur. If you're very good at fundraising, fund management of finance and all that, those are the very hallmark. This is bound to make you an entrepreneur. So you can always say, I am working towards it. I'm working in a direction which is, if it is, and I'm just waiting for it to shape out. So the way it shapes out, if it is the role of an entrepreneur, I'm definitely going to be an entrepreneur. ऐसे बोलो.
Yeah.
Because हम लोग सब कुछ बनना चाहते हैं लाइफ में, हम लोग बन नहीं पाते, हम कुछ और निकल आते हैं. So you can say I'm venturing into that direction and I'm doing it with interest. So let's see whether if it takes me in that direction, I'm ready for that, right? So right now I'm working in this, I'm interested in this. ऐसे बोलिए.
Okay.
ठीक है. Otherwise, I don't see any major loopholes. Because your CV and all that, your educational qualifications are pretty impressive, right? Just be a little patient with the way you speak and try to get that result element in your speech. Description कम कीजिए and the quality angle को थोड़ा सा बढ़ा दीजिए. Say that this is the reason why I was talking. Okay, this was the way to show for me, this was an opportunity to show my leadership skills, an opportunity to show my conflict resolution skills, decision making skills, team management skills, finance management skills. So I did this, so I got it. So I think this should suffice, otherwise all I would do is a great bit of luck, and you're pretty ready for that. Just a bit of luck if a bit of luck supports you, I think you're very much on your path, very much. So I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Best of luck, Aryan. Best of luck, Aryan.
Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.